they split up. Currently one running 71 brawling. Fence. They're gonna jump the fence. Alright, so they're jumping the fence over to the next building now.
Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Crack, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Milton and rule well. Salutation to the Aki and preaching the truth to the four corners of the earth in sincerity. And the brother Yakal coming to you with another lesson, Lord, and be edifying to the spirit. Now, as you can see on the video here, that there are a lot of breaking-ins, a lot of heists taking place, but we see that Jake, most likely is Jake. I don't want to say it's Jake, but two of them were apprehended, and they were almost apprehended immediately, as you could see on the video, right? So what went on was they tried to break into this gun store, and by trying to break into this gun store, you know, we saw that within moments, a chopper was already on them, you know, and besides that chopper, the police already catch up to them. You understand? That's the time that we heading into, where, you know, there was this one police officer that he did an interview, and he was always saying that people think that the government or the officers or the system that they have set up don't know the drug blocks. They know everybody that's selling weed. They know from the time they start to sell weed and when they stop, because of the rotation. Not only the rotation alone of people going and coming from that direction, but they know it from when they stop. You know, they know it from the the satellites. Because they have satellite image, not only what we have, but we could only see the top of our house, or we could just see, you know, simple, they have it vividly in real time. Always recording, always picking up. They just allow it to happen. Because without crime and without violence, there would be no system to control. There would be no need for police. A lot of people will be out of jobs, basically, right? But the corruption must take place in order for them to do as they please. So now we're seeing it happening more frequently in America, and when we see it happening at this degree and this level, just know that they are about to crank down on these stuff, because what they want to see about immediately, they're seeing about it immediately, as we can see in this video here, right? They didn't even get time. I will lower it down on this plate, right? They didn't even get time. They broke in, as you can see here, right? They broke in, and you could see the sort of steel guns breaking the glass, back up a lot of guns, and then they made their way out. But from the time they made their way out, a chopper was already on them down the street. They jump in fences thinking it's just police on them, but the chopper telling the police their every move. They just jump the fence, they on this street, they on that street. Infrared cameras picking them up so they can't run. You understand? Dogs on them immediately. You don't think that the government could do this with other criminals? They can. They just choose not to. Right? And this is the time that we heading into. It's going to be different. This video wasn't really meant to be long, but you know, through the spirit, you'll see how far. Just bear with me here. Right? This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verses 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time." So the devil, which in this case is Esau, coming down with great wrath, right? Which wears unleashing his robots, unleashing his mass genocide, strict rules, draconian laws, draconian measures. When they understand draconian measures and draconian laws, it's harsher laws. You understand? Harsher judgment, harsher things, implying that it's going to be strict. It's not going to be freely like how it is we living in this society now. You know? That, and even making a robot carry out a sentence is strict, because a man would still have compassion and he would still be lenient, whereas the robot just sticking to the protocol and sticking to the rules. You break the rules, the reward take you into custody. You resist, you might die immediately. You understand? Create wrath, because the devil wants everybody to be docile and submissive, submitting to the will of him, so that he can carry out his plans comfortably and quickly, because he know that he have a short time to carry out these plans. You understand? So when you understand this now, reading it back over, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Because the time coming where these men can't be running around doing this stuff anymore. You know, where there's chaos, the devil creates his own chaos, and then he comes with the solution. That is why you get the word in the back of the dollar, right? Order of KO, which is go back to order out of chaos, right? They bring the order, they bring the chaos, and then they bring the order. But initially, this time, the Lord say, gross darkness the people. I'm gonna get that precept. Right, there's the book of Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 2. And reads, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. But understand this, before all this glory, you understand, before all this glory is a serious, devastating time we're going to be living in, where darkness the people are going to be in so much darkness that they're going to be, only thing they want to do is arm up themselves, looting, running into people's houses to see what they get, running into groceries, right? And this is the thing that the devil is going to allow for a short time until he start a crackdown on everything and everybody. You understand? Because initially is the Lord's plan to make all these things happen, right? And I just want this. When I saw the video, I said, nah, I had to at least speak on it, even if it's a short video. I must speak on it, because it's something that is happening a lot now. You know, why the people arming up themselves? What they really getting ready for? They getting ready to fight back. You understand? And that great fight back spoken about in this precept, second Esdras. Let me see if I get it. Second Esdras 15 and 16, I believe. Right, this is it here, second Esdras chapter 15 and 16, and it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, which in this case is your government, who they that ruling, your prime ministers, right? It says, no princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right? So they will be doing what they want. Have no regard for the government, have no regard for the rulership that is set up. Right? And it's only a matter of time when Esau started to bite back as well. And then you will see these militias rising up. And with the militias rising up, we understand clearly that we are the end. Because that is when scripture mentioned one people shall fight against another. Let me see. That is 15. I'll let's read it. For the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. Race wars. Because you think that these niggas with guns? No. There's a lot of white militias. They have their guns as well too. And it had videos in the past where we would have done where we had clips of these white militias talking about they're ready to go hunting. You understand? And who they're hunting for is these niggas. But by right, this is their birthright. Right? This is their birthright. This is their birthright where the Lord blessed them with that. The sword. They were blessed with the sword. So having that blessing with the sword, You know, it's like God given talent for them to shoot and not miss. Whereas Jake would take up a gun and empty the whole clip and the man ain't dead yet. Where Esau would take up a gun with 31 in the clip and kill 30 people, or if not 31. Every bullet counts. Right? That's just the blessing that they have. And they soon about to come now with great wrath upon these Jakes. Right? That's why the Lord mentioned that Jacob's trouble, because Jacob gonna be affected the most. They're gonna be hunted, persecuted heavily. Especially these Jakes, Jakes in these ghettos. Right? These Jakes in these ghettos gonna be affected a lot. Because they don't know nothing about work hard, or they don't have the spirit of the Lord on them where they should know to hold back. They know about crime and violence. And on this precept that I just read, gross darkness the people, they have wicked and evil spirits on them. So it only teaches them to be evil and only teaches them to be wicked. So they know nothing but besides our life. And when your daughter can't eat and your family can't eat, it's gonna put you in a state of you having to go out there and get it. And we see in America that there was a lot of looting recently. Right? With the looting now, they're grabbing up TVs and fridge and nonsense. You know, they should be grabbing up food. Not saying that they should be grabbing up anything, but that is what they think if you're being realistic. That is the thing that they should be grabbing up, not TVs and fridge and, you know. But rather, we yet to see somebody running out with bags of flour. We yet to see somebody running out with rice or something that they could actually use. You understand? And the Lord soon put America in a deep shit where they can't come out of, where the only way they're gonna come out of it is via the Lord. And we know the Lord coming for his elect and the 144,000 men and women and children. Right? So this was a quick one here. Wrapping it up, Lord willing, dot edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and say Kalalai Amla, Alahayanawa, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, double honor to the elders and apostles of great mill soon and rule well. Salutation to the Aki and preaching the truth to the four corners of hate and sincerity. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Labakariam.